I've got a bunch of different stories that over the years of hunting and fishing that I'm going to start sharing. Things I've learned from it and stuff. The first one I'm going to share is it's a grouse hunt to remember, and I was scared to death. So I was 16, 17 years old in high school, and a couple of my buddies decided that we was all going to go grouse hunting. And so we loaded up the truck. At that time I was driving a S10 4-wheel drive, and we put the dog box in. I grabbed my setter dog and off to the hills of Lee County, Kentucky, which is just the next county over from where we live. And my buddy that was with me, Billy Don McKinney, he knew that country like the back of his hand. He hunted it and been all over it, and I was not real familiar with it. But anyway, so we get there, we turn out the dog, we get into two grouse just real quick, and so we decided my two buddies were going to go one way, and I was going to take the dog and go another way. They was going to just try to jump some grouse, and I was hoping to get some points. And so Billy Don, he told me, he said, if you take this little road, when you come to this little road and follow it out, it'll bring you back to the truck. Good. So we split up, and I'm been walking for a while, and I come to this little road, which I thought was the way I was supposed to go, and I ended up taking it, and then it kind of come to a dead end, and I'm like, uh-oh. So I backed up and hit it all again, or walked back again through the way I came, and then I got to realizing, man, I think I'm lost. So I started hollering and yelling, and I'd shoot every now and then. And I believe my dog even knew we were lost, because he stayed right beside me, and we walked forever, and just like it seemed like every trail I was on looked the same, and and this is a big wooded area. So after about 3 or 4 hours, I was in panic mode, really. I was like scared to death. I was like, I'm gonna have to stay out here tonight. It's spitting snow, it was getting cold, and I'm thinking, man, this is gonna be a rough night. And so I kept walking, and I come out, I hear there's these two guys, and they're yelling for their dogs. They're rabbit hunting, but they're on this like strip job, and I'm like, there was no like strip mine area anywhere near where we were at. So I was like, how in the world did I get here? But they're hollering for their dogs. I'm hollering, help, and running that direction. I don't know if they ever heard me or not, but while I'm headed that direction, there's a guy cutting wood. I take off running towards him as hard as I can go. I got my shotgun, the dog with me, and he's looking at me like, what in the world is this? I get up to him, and I said, I'm lost. I parked at Spencer Ridge, and I have no idea how to get back here. And I said, he was cutting wood, and I said, I will cut your wood. I will get you gas, whatever I need to do, if you can take me back to my truck. And he laughed. He said, I've been there before. He said, hop in. And he did take me like about halfway. He had to drop me off at a friend's, because he's at his friend's house, who took me the rest of the way. But anyway, I got back to my truck, and my two buddies was there, and they said they were yelling and hollering. I mean, this has gone on now. We're looking 6-7 hours, and we're getting close to dark, and I was never so relieved and happy in my life to see an old blue Chevy truck and two of my buddies, because I knew I was going to get to sleep in my bed that night, and I was saved, and so it was a scary time, and then at the end it was just happy. And it's funny, my one of the buddies there, he said he thought he was going to have to get the helicopters out looking for me and so forth. But anyway, I made it home that night and without any problems. And so, with that being said, you know, if you don't know Jesus Christ and you're lost, you should have a panic about you. You know, like when I was grouse hunting, man, I was so panicked. I mean, I was really scared. Like, and you know, and they say not to panic when you're lost, and I wasn't. When I was, you know, grouse hunting and didn't know where I was in super panic mode, like, you know, wanting to run this way, but I had no which way to run, and I was, you know, like scared to death. And it's a feeling I never really want to feel again. But if you don't know Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, you better be panicked. You better be ready to run to Him. And just like the guy that you know, said, hop in the truck and come on. Hey, Jesus is waiting there for you. Open arms, come on, and He'll save you, and you get to spend eternity in heaven. And that's, you know, what I took from that grouse hunt. I don't like that lost feeling. You know, the feeling of helplessness and the feeling of not knowing. But with Jesus, you know that you're going to be in heaven. And but if you don't know Jesus, I'm going to be honest with you, I hope you are in panic mode to try to find Him. All you got to do is accept Him into your heart, and He will change your life. And you know, it says, I once was lost, but now I'm found. You will be found. So with this outdoor story, I'll end it and see you on the next one. Might be talking about a lab on the next one. Big bunch out.